Now, quick update from the selectors meeting in Mumbai at the BCCI headquarters. The meet was delayed, the meeting to pick the final 15 for the World Cup, as one of the selectors, Roger Binny's flight was delayed, but he has now joined the team, joining the others for the meeting to start officially. And of course, some deliberations have already happened, including the contention of Yuvraj Singh and the injury concern over Ravindra Jadeja, one of India's top all-rounders in contention for the World Cup's squad. Of course, the selectors have the arduous task of picking the right combination of players who will be able to defend that title. Focus will be on players who will be able to perform in Australian conditions, and the selectors will also, of course, have to go by current form, which makes the selection even more interesting, as players like Murli Vijay and Yuvraj Singh, especially, who's not part of the probables list, come into the mix. Sources have confirmed that Yuvraj is in contention, but the final call on him will be with captain MS Dhoni. Fitness will also be a key issue, especially for Jadeja, who's nursing a shoulder injury. Jadeja is hopeful of making a return by the end of January, which rules him out of the Tri-Series before the World Cup, but it remains to be seen if he'll still get the go-ahead. Physio Nitin Patel has already submitted a report on his fitness. The team for the World Cup will also play in the Tri-Series, or there could be just minor changes in the two squads. The Tri-Series, of course, between India, Australia and England. The selection meeting now officially starting after Roger Binny's arrival. Remember, MS Dhoni is also joining this meeting via video conferencing from Sydney. Let's go across straight to Saurav. That meeting delayed a little bit, but of course, Yuvraj Singh is the big contention, isn't it, Saurav? You have picked him in your final 15. Tell us why you think the selectors will favour him despite him not playing a single ODI in 2014.
I doubt whether the selectors will favour him, Shivani, and I'd be really surprised if I see him in the 15, although I've still picked him in my 15, because I think he can be the X factor. He's got 3 back-to-back hundreds in Ranji Trophy, and for me the biggest reason why I've picked him in the 15 is because he has had a fabulous performance in big tournaments for India. 2003 World Cup, 2007 T20, 2011 World Cup, and he's done it repeatedly. So from that point of view, I kept him in my 15, but my heart says that he will not be picked, and we'll see Murli Vijay in the squad, which I think will not be a bad option. But for me, Yuvraj Singh is the X factor who wins one day game. So we'll have to wait and see.
Since we are talking about Saurav's 15, there's the list on your screen. Shikhar, Rahane, Rohit, Virat, Raina, Dhoni, of course, many of them picked themselves. Raidu, Yuvraj, as Saurav just explained, his heart is with him, although he fears that he will not get the nod. Ashwin, Akshar Patel or Jadeja, depending on Jadeja's fitness. The spinners, and of course Shami, Bhuvi, Ishant, Umesh and Kulkarni as the pacers. Owners though will be on the bowlers, isn't it, Saurav, in Australian conditions? You've only picked 2, but there is a debate whether India would like to go in with an extra seamer or an extra spinning option.
I would go with an extra spinning option because the workload on the seamers are a lot more. And India normally plays 3 fast bowlers in one-day cricket to balance out the power play overs and to balance his team out, because both Ashwin and Jadeja can bat if at all Jadeja is fit. So from that point of view, my balance would slightly tilt towards the fast bowlers, especially looking at the form they have been in this Test series. They've taken a battering, and that will play a part in their mind and mindset up to the World Cup. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Mohammad Shami, Umesh Yadav, Ishant Sharma and Dhaval Kulkarni, these are my fast bowlers. And see, the gaps between the games are a lot. It's a week between the first and the second and then the third. So there's a lot of time, and if any one of these spinners get injured, you can always bring in Akshar Patel or whoever is the other spinner back into the groove and play him. But I think I would rather have the options on the seamer side, because if you go in with 4 seamers and you play 3, if one of them get injured, you still have to fly in someone to replace that third quick. So it's the same in either case, whether you fly in a spinner or fly in a quick. And at the present moment, my balance would be having an extra fast bowler.
Absolutely, especially given the conditions as well. But Saurav, no Varun Aaron in your list. Why is that?
No, I don't think so, because he's going for too many. You've got Mohammad Shami going for too many, Umesh Yadav going for too many, and you have to have the right balance in the squad. I thought Ishant Sharma can do a good job Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is a different sort of a bowler. He's a swing bowler who will keep it tight. And I was very impressed with Dhaval Kulkarni in the one-day series against Sri Lanka. He was among the wickets. He got 4 wickets and 3 wickets on flat pitches in India, and he bowled superbly in the power play. So I think he deserves a go, and he would be my 5th seamer. Also, the reason I want to pick him as my 5th seamer is because you will play in New Zealand where the ball is going to swing, and he's a bit like Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who swings the cricket ball. So you will have options in the squad. You've got 2 swing bowlers in Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Dhaval Kulkarni. You've got out-and-out pace in Mohammad Shami and Umesh Yadav, and then you've got Ishant Sharma, who will do the 3rd seamer's role. So I think that gives a proper balance to the attack, and hopefully they will do the job for you.
All right, let me go across to Nikhil as well. Nikhil, we'll run your final 15 as well. Just take us through that and what was your thought behind, choosing your final 15.
Well, I guess, slash Yuvraj, if he makes it, because of the X factor, like Dada said, and every time he's played a World Cup or a big stage tournament, we've seen the best of Yuvraj Singh. So with that kind of X factor and experience, sure. But if he doesn't make it to the side, then Shivani, apart from the 4 quicks that Dada's named, with Ishant, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, you got Umesh Yadav and Shami. I would pick somebody like a Stuart Binney
as the all-rounder for this.
As the all-rounder, and you've got the 2 spinners, Ashwin, slash Akshar Patel or Ravindra Jadeja if he's fit. And in terms of if UV makes it, then of course Robin Uthappa goes out of my side, Yuvraj Singh walks in. Otherwise, I would keep Robin Uthappa, somebody who could go out there and tonk the ball as well, and of course Ambati Raidu, and then you've got the rest of the guys who obviously have been playing in the 11 and who've been doing a fantastic job. So, that is my batting combination, or you can say that is my bowling combination, that I have a Stuart Binney in place of the 5th out-and-out fast bowler.
Yes, I was going to ask Saurav about why he doesn't have Stuart Binney, but I guess since he is very skeptical of Yuvraj making into the side, Stuart Binney would take that logical spot for India. I'll come back to Saurav on that. Boria, your final 15, you'd obviously have Stuart Binney in it and no Yuvraj Singh.
Shivani, more importantly than my 15, if you look at the 15s picked by everybody, and if you pick your 15, or for that matter, viewers pick theirs, inevitably there'll be 13 or 14 commonalities, maybe 12 or 13. That is in itself saying something. It's saying that this one-day unit in the blue terrain is much better as a one-day unit than a test unit. Anybody, you don't need to be an expert to pick your 15. 13 of the 15 players will automatically choose themselves. That tells you we have a realistic crack at this competition. Whether it's Yuvraj, maybe 1 spot, whether it's Mohit Sharma or Dhaval Kulkarni, the 2nd spot. But other than that, the batting lineup that will actually take the field on 15th of February, I am sure, Saurav, Nikhil, the first 6, whether it's Virat, Shikhar, Rohit, Ajinkya, Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Suresh Raina, everybody will say it's the same 6. That gives us that much more confidence about this one-day unit than a test unit. Trust me, this is a formidable one-day unit which will have a real crack at that trophy.
Right. Let me also go across to my colleague Rasesh Mandani, who's there at the BCCI headquarters. Rasesh, can you give us a quick update of what's happening right now?
Well, the first update, Shivani, is that the meeting took some time to begin because one of the selectors, Roger Binney, arrived late. So, the selectors have been meeting together informally for a while now, but Roger Binney is only arrived a few minutes before now. So, that means that the announcement may be a little bit delayed. As far as the deliberations are concerned, again, as we've been discussing, those 2 or 3 points, an update on Ravindra Jadeja, Nitin Patel, the physio who's been with him at the rehab in Chennai, he's come up with his fitness report, and we gather he's expected to be fit before the World Cup. Would the selectors now then pick an unfit Jadeja who may not be able to be positioned to be a feature in the tri-series and then take the risk of picking him in the World Cup? Probably yes. The sense is that someone like Jadeja is someone that Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been very comfortable with. He's been a crucial cog in his wheel in the one-day team and also for CSK, and so they may want to take a chance. In case Jadeja is unfit, then try and replace him. The other thing that one is picking up is that the possibility of playing 3 spinners is not ruled out. In fact, even a possibility of playing a Jadeja and Akshar Patel together, that may well happen as well, because because if there's any weakness in this Indian one-day unit, it's perhaps the seam attack, something that we've been seeing in the Test series as well. And in that scenario, the possibility of perhaps going in with 3 spinners is also not ruled out.
All right, India could play to their strengths then, but the spinners' performance overseas is also not really much to write home about. Saurav Ganguly, Boria Majumdar, Nikhil Chopra, thanks a lot for joining us. Of course, our experts will be back with us as and when the World Cup Final 15 is announced.